All right, we're back into it. Skope TV. Adam, we were talking about the New World Order, and you were speaking on that.
Yeah, basically, I just think that one of the major themes in that record and the whole album of No Nations is about how as people on this planet, we're definitely losing some of that fear of each other, and because the internet and all the tweeting and Facebooking and communicating that we do over the web is allowing us to understand people on the other side of the world and relate to them on very basic levels and be like, hey, they're just like me. And I think that theme definitely is one of the themes within the album and the song itself, No Nations. But there is a bit more of a dark side to the song, the lyrics of the song No Nations itself, in that it is about the senselessness of countries sending young men and women to some other place to fight for a cause they have no idea of which they're fighting for. They don't know why they're there, really. That's definitely one of the themes as well. So.
Now we got about 5 questions left, and we got about 8 minutes. So let's have a little fun here, Adam, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we please?
I'm wishing I had some champagne right now.
I know. You'd be loving it. Hey, if you were with me, brother, in Boston, we'd pour you a glass. You know that.
Man, I can't wait to get to Boston. We know quite a few really cool. I've met quite a few really cool Bostonians since starting Jets Overhead, and every time I meet a Bostonian, I'm like, we gotta play there.
They will love you out here. This is the greatest city in the world. It really is. Now, with 5 people in the band, how do you keep the creativity democratic?
Very good question. It's kind of it is a democratic system in that we spend what we like to call passion points. So everybody has a certain number of passion points. Usually, when, say, working on a record, you've got maybe 2 or 3 where if you really, really feel strongly about something that you think has to be a certain way, you can put your foot down and say, no, this is what I feel like. I 100% believe that this is the way it should be. And basically, everybody gets 1 or 2, maybe 3 of those foot-stomping moments, and so far it's worked for us that way. So
good.
We call them passion points.
Very good. Now, Adam, who are some other bands or music that you're listening to these days? Like, do you throw in a little Jay-Z every now and again?
Dude, I can't wait to check out Jay-Z. I got to see him once already, and he's headlining the first night down at Coachella. So we're definitely going to be there for that because it's going to go off. Yeah, man. Antonia is a bit more of the guilty pleasure hip hop kind of gal than I am. Top 40 stuff. But I gotta admit that Keisha track, I turn it up sometimes when I happen upon it on the radio. But bands that I'm really digging on and respecting right now. One band in particular is a Canadian band who are actually a husband and wife duo, and they're called the Handsome Furs. And it's actually Dan, the male vocalist in the band. He is also in the band Wolf Parade, which your listeners or viewers may have heard of. So I would highly recommend checking out their latest record. It's called Face Control, Handsome Furs.
Now, Adam, how did you get signed to Vapor Records? And how does the business partnership work? Like, do they agree to distribute your music? Like, what's the whole deal with Vapor? Because they got a really good reputation.
Yeah, well, you know what? It is. It stemmed from actually quite a few years back. They originally were interested in Bridges, the album before this one, and unfortunately at the time it just didn't work out that we could come to any kind of distro deal with them on that record. So when we finally got No Nations in the bag and sent it to them, they got excited. And basically what they do for us, Elliot and Bonnie, Elliot Roberts being Neil Young's manager of 25, 30, 40 years, whatever it is now, and then Bonnie, who's sort of Elliot's partner in the business, have done a lot for us as far as just the connections they have. They have also distributed the record, pressed it on vinyl, put some money into some advertising campaigns down there and some radio campaigns down in the States for us. They help us out wherever they can with all the connections and stuff as well. So it's been a great partnership, and it's kind of give and take. There's no it's kind of like a very even split on any income that comes in. They're not an evil empire like some of the majors have been known to be. So we're really enjoying we feel honored to be part of the family, and we got to play at South by Southwest for the Vapor Showcase a few weeks back, and it was great because we got to play with Peggy Young, Neil Young's wife. She was on right before us, and she used all of Neil's classic ringer band that he's been using for decades. So we got to just to be able to play a stage where they're involved is a great honor for us, because we're massive Neil Young fans and Peggy Young fans, and just that whole family is incredible. And we actually got to go to Neil Young's house because we played the Bridge School benefit concert back in October, and that blew our minds. And I'm still kind of wondering if that really happened.
Yeah. Now listen. We got about 2 minutes left, and I got 2 questions.
All right, I'll try to keep it tight.
We got to keep it tight, brother. You are just such an amazing interviewer, though. This is really a great time. I'm really enjoying myself on a Tuesday night here. The internet plays a huge role in band promos these days. How do you tackle these obligations, and what do you feel works?
Sometimes I get frustrated with having to always, update various portals, i.e. Facebook, Twitter, our jetsoverhead.com. Sometimes I look at it as like, what does this matter? But you know what? At the end of the day, especially in the last couple months, I've been really making it a priority to communicate with fans on Twitter and on Facebook. And at the end of the day, when you see those responses from, even if it's just 2 people that you don't know and you've never met in your life, but are like, hey, I'm so excited I saw you here, and I'm going to come and see you there, or whatever it is, that makes all the difference in the world for us as a band to know that there's fans out there, and even though we've never met them, they don't know who we are, and they may not have even ever seen us, or they just caught us on a show like this show that I'm currently speaking on, that they're able to communicate with us and we're able to communicate with them, I think is really powerful, and it should not be underestimated by any band. They should really take advantage of it and stay in touch with their fans and grow their fans, build more fans through these fantastic portals.
That's right, grassroots, brother. I've been saying grassroots since 2002. I've been saying grassroots. Now, we got about 30 seconds left. I got one question, Adam. This has been incredible. What's coming up for Jets Overhead, and where can we follow you guys online? We got about 30 seconds.
jetsoverhead.com. That'll get you to all our portals, so go to jetsoverhead.com. And as far as coming up, the next one after Coachella, if you can't make Coachella, another great American festival called Sasquatch Festival. It's in Gorge, Washington.
Oh, you guys are playing Sasquatch. That's big.
Yeah, so that's the next big one in the States. And then we're going to China. So if you happen to be in China in July, look for us.
That's awesome. Well, you heard it here first. We got the exclusive. My man Adam, Jets Overhead. Get in touch with these guys because they're going to really be doing it real big. Skope TV. We'll be back soon with you.